Hello and welcome to Vidigya. So let's start with the analysis of the Indian Express newspaper followed by The Hindu dated 31st of January. So the first news on the first page we'll be discussing of the Indian Express is 3 of 4 adults are now double jabbed, 95% have got the first dose. So this information has been revealed by our Union Health Ministry that more than 165 crore vaccine doses have been inoculated to our eligible population, right? And that is 3 by 4, that is nearly or more than 75% of our adult population are already vaccinated with both the vaccine doses, and 95% of our eligible population or those who are above age at 18 years of age have received at least one vaccine doses. So, keeping this new variant Omicron, which is already being there, and we are on a continuous basis seeing a number of cases which are increasing of Omicron variant. So, our government has already taken action with respect to precautionary dose, or we can say booster dose, from 10th of January. And for vaccination of adolescents, kids from 15 to 18 age group had already been started, and our Union Health Ministry had already cited that if everything goes fine, we will also start the vaccination process in the first week of March of age group of children from 12 to 14. So some of the states which are contributing or which are above par with the national average in terms of vaccination are Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Karnataka. They are doing extremely good in terms of vaccination in their respective states, and some big states like Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. Maharashtra, all these states are lagging behind if we compare to the current situation of national average with respect to vaccination. And our Honorable Prime Minister has also uploaded the way vaccination has been going on in our country, right? Okay, so second news is for Gujarat COVID victim family, hope for ex gratia hinges on a prescription. So recently, this is not this is an older news which we are discussing on a daily basis, that wherein NDMA, that is National Disaster Management Authority, has directed all the states to provide 50,000 rupees as a COVID ex gratia amount to the families of those people who have died because of this COVID-19 pandemic. Then recently we have seen that some of the states which are not able to, or not they or intentionally or unintentionally, they were not able to contribute much in terms of providing amount, this ex gratia amount to their, to the kin, or to the families whose family members have died of COVID-19, because a lot of instances had been seen wherein because of inability to provide proper supporting documents, the respective state governments have started to reject the applications of a lot of people. So that's why what Supreme Court of India has done, they have intervened and they have said that mere on the grounds of not able to provide relevant documents, the states or the union territories cannot quash that particular application which has been filed by the applicant, and a proper time period of nearly 7 days has to be given wherein more supporting documents can be provided by that person, so that this whole application process can be completed, and the amount of rupees 50,000 can be submitted to the party or to the kin of the family members who have died of the COVID-19. So Gujarat is also one of the states wherein Supreme Court has directed has a lot of time to the Gujarat government that they are not able to provide enough funds to the people, and the number of applications though are increasing, but still because on the basis of technical grounds, it has been seen on the part of Gujarat government that they are not providing, or they are not doing this thing on their fullest potential of providing this aid of or I should say the ex gratia amount of rupees 50,000. Then the third news which we'll be discussing is government misled House on Pegasus, says Congress, moves privilege motion. So Pegasus is a very important topic from our examination point of view, and we should make proper notes from our GA perspective with respect to Pegasus, because ever since we have seen this thing that Pegasus spyware, which is a Israeli-based spyware of NSO group. So ever since we have heard about this news. The opposition leaders, they were protesting, and even in the monsoon session of parliament we have seen that the opposition leaders, they were demanding that the issue of Pegasus has to be discussed first, but that was not the case, wherein the government wanted to discuss the topics or the issues with respect to Farm Bill. So there was a lot of issues, or there are continuous a lot of issues which had been created. So recently we have seen that a committee has been formed under former Supreme Court Judge Justice R.V. Ravindran with respect to Pegasus, because of inability of the government to complete or to probe the entire issue. So that's why we have seen a separate committee has been formed, and recently this committee has made this statement that if you are of the opinion that Pegasus spyware or spyware has been installed in your phone or in your device, then you can contact us. You can provide us the information that on what legal requirements or, or on what basis you are thinking that Pegasus has been installed on your personal devices. So recently, what has happened? As the this uh, session of parliament had again been started, and now what is budget session on Sunday, what Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, the Congress leader, what he has done, he has written a letter to to Om Birla, the honorable speaker of Lok Sabha, against Sri Ashwini Vaishnav, who is the Union IT Minister, regarding privilege motion. So, what do you mean by privilege motion? Privilege motion is basically it is issued by it can be issued by any member of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, wherein it is of the opinion that a person or a member of parliament had misled the government, so that's why a privilege motion can be issued. So recently, on the basis of on Pegasus issue, the information which has been given on the floor by Sri Ashwini Vaishnav, the current Union IT Minister and Railway Minister, regarding Pegasus, on the issue on the speech which has been made by Sri Ashwini Vaishnav in the month of July of monsoon session of Parliament. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has made this statement and has made a privilege has moved a privilege motion against Sri Ashwini Vaishnav, and the letter has been sent to Sri Om Birla as well. Okay, and again, not only this, but also regarding Pegasus as well. What has been done earlier also? This is not the first time that a privilege motion has been sent. Earlier also, Shri Bharti Pawar, who is the Union Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare, she at the time of in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, she has made this statement that none of the person has died because of this oxygen crisis during second wave. So that was a statement which has been given, wherein a lot of opposition leaders have protested regarding those statements, and the opposition leaders have made this statement. Even at that time, they have opposition leaders have moved this privilege motion against Srimati Bharti Pawar, against wrongfully saying anything which tries to create or which tries to mislead the government. So this is the second time that in the recent stance, wherein regarding Pegasus, we have seen a privilege motion which has been sent against the Union IT Minister for misleading the House. And proof of Pegasus use on phone, experts tell Supreme Court panel. Yes, this was also the case. You can read the same. Okay, so the further elaboration has been given in the second page, which we had already discussed. Okay, this we can skip. This is about politics. Okay, so in Man Ki Baat, India very successfully fighting new wave of COVID-19, says PM, as the cases are continuously decreasing, what we are seeing for the past a week or so. So that's why it has been said in a lot of reports, news reports, that the peak in our country has already been passed, and now we are seeing that the cases have started decreasing in our country. Then the second news on the same page, that is Mumbai's COVID-19 test positivity rate drops to 2.5%. So recently, if I compare the if we compare the current situation with the situation before 15 days, so Mumbai was on a continuous basis was reporting cases of nearly 20,000 or 25,000 cases per day. But now, as the positivity rate in the state capital has started declining, and in the past 24 hours, nearly 11,060 new COVID-19 cases has been seen of this new variant Omicron, and the total positivity rate. So what is positivity rate? Basically, the number of people who are getting tested, and out of which how many people are getting positive. So that has also seen a decrease, wherein the total positivity rate has dropped to nearly 2.5% in Mumbai. Okay, so now we move to the editorial page. So the first editorial is budgeting for farmers. Investment in research, efficiency in government spending can increase agricultural incomes. So the author himself, Shri Ashok Gulati, who was a member of a four-member committee which has been formed by Supreme Court during this farm bill, what we had already discussed. So regarding budget, as on 1st of February, that is tomorrow, our honorable Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, she'll be presenting the budget, right? So, in this particular editorial, the author has tried and the author has talked about the the way recently the reforms what we have seen, which has been initiated by the government regarding farm bill, but which has seen a huge protest in the country. So the author in this through this particular editorial is quite optimistic that more and more reforms, more and more changes with respect to fertilizer subsidies, which has been done by the government, by the current government in the last year as well, in the announcement made by the Union Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman in her last budget speech as well. So he is optimistic that in the upcoming budget as well, more and more such steps needs to be taken by the government. So the author has talked about that those things which works good on paper with respect to V-shaped, K-shaped recovery, wherein K-shaped recovery is a situation wherein some of the sectors which are doing tremendously good and some are lagging behind. So steps needs to be taken. So these things will be done, and especially with respect to supporting MSME sector, that is micro, small, and medium enterprises, which has got hard hit because of this COVID-19 pandemic situation, and so these are issues which needs to be catered, and he's optimistic that the government will definitely take these things into account. But the biggest issue, what people are facing on ground, that is about inflation. Inflation is basically a rapid rise in terms of prices of commodities, so which is continuously increasing. So that's why the government needs to work upon these things. And even as I told you about the fertilizer subsidy which has been announced by the government, and even a lot of subsidies which has been provided, even free food grain which has been provided by the government for nearly past 6 to 9 months under Pradhan Mantri, Pradhan Mantri Yojanas, right? So these things, these are paying a way wherein the government is helping and trying to help those people who are hard hit with this COVID-19 situation. But herein the author is talking about different schemes, especially like PM Kisan Samman Nidhi, which has already paved the way for the development of farmers, and more such steps, especially with respect to providing research. Because if we compare the overall corpus of our country, which we impart or we put it on in terms of research, is quite low with respect to the developed countries. So that's why the author in this editorial is optimistic that the government will incorporate more and more corpus with respect to research and development in the agriculture field, which is not the case with the current situation. So the author has talked about that thing as well, and even about providing subsidies on rice and other export commodities which we used to export, which will eventually helps in gaining a momentum with respect to getting more and more dollars. So the author has talked about that as well, and the recent NFHS data, which has also revealed some facts. So that has also been discussed. But the author here is optimistic that in coming time, in the upcoming budget, more such steps with respect to agriculture, which will eventually helps in the development of farmers, and will help in increasing the income of the farmers, that will help them in order to cope with the current situation. Then first opinion is unlocking classroom. Restarting schools must be a priority. Vaccination of under 18 must pick up pace. So through this particular opinion, the author is trying to lay emphasis upon the fact that it has been nearly 2 years that the schools are shut down, and the children, they are deprived of offline classes, and which are hampering the development of themselves. So that's why as a vaccination process had already been initiated for 15 to 18 age group for adolescents, and even not only vaccination, but even a lot of states have already are seeing a continuous decrease in terms of new COVID cases. So, according to the author, through this through this opinion, the author is emphasizing on the fact that it is high time that schools need to be reopened at the earliest, so that the development path, which has been hampered for the past 2 years of children, can be now relooked upon. And the author has also talked about the positivity rate, which we are seeing on a continuous basis, is also decreasing, and even the vaccination, which the process which has already been started, and even in today's analysis, we had learned that thing that nearly three-fourths of our eligible population, adult population, is fully vaccinated, and nearly 95% of adult population is vaccinated at least with one dose. So that's why all these data, uh, all these things are will eventually helps in reopening of classrooms for students, for children, which is the need of the hour as per the author in this particular opinion. Then Assam Nagaland border, police uses mild force during eviction drive. So though this is a state news, and regarding state news, we had not seen any passage with respect to for our, if we see the previous 2 years papers, but still, if anything concrete which happens between in states, we definitely discuss those that topic. So the recent tussle between the Assam Nagaland, wherein recently we have seen that the Chief Minister of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, and Arunachal Pradesh, all the chief ministers had met on different occasions regarding solving the border dispute, which these states are seeing on a daily basis, which from many years. So now the government is optimistic, and in many of the current the government, the BJP or the NDA-led government is in power, and Union Home Affairs Minister Shri Amit Shah, he is also quite proactive in working towards solving these border disputes, which are already been there for years. So recently, as I told you, the Chief Minister of both Assam and Nagaland had met, but now the recent problem tensions has been seen even in the bordering states of Assam and Nagaland, and even the government has said, and the chief minister of both the states are optimistic that the issues which are already been there between the states will be solved at the earliest. Okay. Then the first explained is Ukraine, Russia, and India. So basically, as the tensions are already been going on between Russia and Ukraine, so now it's going to be a big challenge for India, that how India is going to tackle the situation. So why the issue has been going on? Because if we discuss about Ukraine earlier was a part of Soviet Union, and ever since, and there's always being a tussle being going on between post-Soviet unions, or I should say Russia, and between US-led NATO. So the rising influence of NATO in the region, earlier at the time when it formed, it had already said that will not be including more and more countries, especially the Soviet Union countries, which were earlier part of Russia. But now, what US under NATO has tried to defy that, wherein it had started increasing its base with respect to a lot of countries. So Russia is always of the opinion that this is not right on the part of US-led NATO, that they are including these countries on under this North Atlantic Treaty Organization and organization. So now, what would be the role of India in this current situation, wherein recently, for the past 1.5 month, we are seeing this dispute which has been going on between both the nations, but no official statement has been made till now from India side. But recently, our Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Sri Arindam Bagchi has made this statement that he is optimistic that the situation which has been going on between West and Russia is going to solve at the earliest, and steps needs to be taken with respect to same. So we have shown a neutral path with respect to solving the dispute, but now it poses a big challenge on us, that how we are going to tackle this particular situation. Because if I talk about both these nations, Russia. So Russia. If we discuss about Russia, we in terms of defense equipment, import of defense equipment, we are majorly or primarily dependent upon Russia with respect to defense equipment, and even the recent S-400 surface to air defense system what we had purchased from Russia itself. So we are more so dependent upon Russia, and a lot of time we have seen that Russian government has supported Indian government even at different resolution which had been passed in UN, and vice versa thing has happened, wherein India had also helped Russia, wherein in the year 2014 we have seen that Russia had had captured Crimea, a region in Ukraine. So this is a bilateral relationship which has been going on for years between Russia and India, and even the current relationship, the personal relationship between our Indian Prime Minister and Russian President Shri Putin. So they are also doing very good great in terms of their diplomatic relations between both these nations, and that's why these both the relations between both the nations are helping them uh, in order to carve out a rising influence of China and even the Western economies as well. So we can't be biased in this particular situation. And if we if we see the situation of US and Europe, with US we are more so dependent with the policies, with a lot of things, and even the current dispute, which bordering dispute which has been going on between India and China. So the support of USA in that particular situation is also must. And recently we have seen that US has intermediated and said that it has always been on the part of China that they try to cover or capture more and more territories. So we can't even neglect US in that regard as well. And if I talk about Europe as well, so recently the uniform of our army has got changed, and wherein it has got more advanced with respect to handling different monsoons and different climates. So that we had procured from Europe itself. So handling this particular situation diplomatically is the best way how India can came out stronger with respect to the ongoing dispute between Russia and Ukraine. Then on the world section, again, this is about Pegasus only. That NSO, that is the group which is the owner of this Pegasus spyware, says criticisms hypocritical, denies violation charges. So it has recently been seen that NSO group has been criticized not only in India with respect to this Pegasus spyware, but even in US, UK, all these nations, even in Australia, a lot of nations are opposing this Pegasus, spyware. So the recent issues what all have been faced in the recent situation which all we are seeing in our country itself. So the CEO of NSO Group, Shelve Julio, has made this statement that uh, we have not sold this spyware to the non-democratic countries, and it has been seen that there is a huge outrage, a lot of violation charges has been put it on by different government, but not that is not right on the part of alleging someone who is not part of selling its spyware to different countries. But yes, more data needs to be sought upon so that this particular issue can get resolved. But for our examination point of view, Pegasus spyware is an important topic. Then this is about the Russia-Ukraine dispute. NATO, that is North Atlantic Treaty Organization, concerned over Europe's energy security amid tension. So, uh, if I talk about the energy situation, Europe is more so dependent upon Russia for energy, and as the ongoing dispute has already been increasing, and the situation is quite soaring with respect to relations between USA, Russia, and Europe. So now in this particular situation, USA has made this statement that uh, need Europe needs to find an alternate to Russia with respect to energy crisis, because it may be a situation that Russia may invade Ukraine on one day, and Europe might face an energy crisis at that point in time. So that's why USA has cautioned Europe with this current situation. Then Afghan soil would not be used against neighbors, Taliban assures Pak NSA. So a big nation, that is Pakistan, whose NSA has recently made a visit to Afghanistan, or I should say, Taliban had met the Talibani leaders, wherein they had discussed that Afghan soil should not be used or would not be used against neighbors. So this is quite contradictory that leaders of Pakistan and they are also involved in such a discussion wherein they are talking about peace and stability in the neighboring nations, which is always not the case with respect to Pakistan. But still, uh, recently this particular meet has happened wherein Pakistan NSA has met Afghan counterpart. Okay, so in the economy section, I can't find anything which is important from an examination point of view. So here we ends the discussion of Indian Express. So now we'll move forward to the Hindu of 31st of January. So again, the same news, that is Pegasus issue to Royal Budget session. So privilege motion has already been passed against the Union IT Minister Shri Ashwini Vaishnaw by Shri Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, the Congress member of Parliament, Congress leader, has already demanded a privilege motion, and he had write a letter to our honorable Speaker Shri Om Birla with respect to same, that in the month of July, during monsoon session of Parliament, Shri Ashwini Vaishnaw has tried uh, to to put in a statement with respect to Pegasus that was not right, and he had made in the month of July the statement that no unauthorized surveillance can occur with respect to Pegasus. Okay, this is about political news we generally avoid. Yes. Then the first editorial is show commitment to equity in the budget. The government needs to stop India's avalanching slide into a grossly divided society made worse by the pandemic. So, in this whole editorial, both the authors have criticized the way the current government is functioning with respect to handling the inequality. As per the recent reports, World Inequality Report, which has cited that the inequality has increased with respect to the especially in for the past 2 years, ever since we have seen this pandemic situation, and even the recent Oxfam International report, which has presented that the situation in India, or the government in India is unable to tackle to the situation of rising inequality, which has been the case, wherein the Indian household or the middle class or the poor household have seen a great decrease in terms of income in the past 2 years, wherein on the contradictory, those people, those who are the rich people, they have seen a great increase in terms of their income for the past 2 years. So on those similar lines, the author has talked about the upcoming budget speech as well, and wherein the authors had talked about the directive principles of state policy, wherein uh, according to both the authors, it is the duty of the government, and that they should work upon providing more and more support to the fellow Indians who are facing a cash crunch with respect to the current situation. So the author has talked about the same, and even the author has criticized the recent steps which has been taken by Modi government, especially with respect to when our honorable Prime Minister was addressing an event which has been organized by Shri Brahma Kumaris. So wherein he had criticized and said that it has been seen in the past that the governments which had ruled India, which were there in power in India, had forgotten a lot of actual heroes were part of our national freedom struggle, and even after that. So this has been said just a day after, when we had seen a hologram based statue which has been unveiled at India Gate in New Delhi, right, of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose ji, and then we had seen that the flames at Amar Jawan Jyoti had gone later up, had got closed, and now it has been merged to National War Memorial, which has been inaugurated by our honorable Prime Minister in the year 2019. So the author has criticized the recent steps that our honorable prime minister had made these bold statement, but what is the case with respect to handling the inequality in the country? So the government is incapable of handling this particular situation, and even with respect to providing support, not only in terms of cash support, but both the authors have also talked about the expenditure, the decrease in expenditure what has been seen with respect to percentage in terms of health infrastructure, which has to be put it in, or in terms of GDP, the overall GDP in terms of health sector. So that has also seen a decrease if we compare it to the other economies or other countries. But these authors at the time when writing, they forgot that the vaccination drive which has been going on, that has been going on for free in the country. So this is different game altogether. But still, even the government, though they are criticizing, but still for the past the pandemic situation, we have seen the government is providing free food grains to nearly 80 crore population of our country. So all these steps the government is already taking. The health infrastructure is trying to build up. Even the government has handled the oxygen crisis as well. But all these intellectuals, they are always been criticizing the current situation, the current government. And the authors have also talked about children's and education as well, wherein for the past 2 years, as we had also discussed that in the opinion itself, that it has been seen that schools are shut down. So that's why this is also posing a great challenge on the development of children's, and even the rising influence with or rising number of people who are getting connected or attached to Manrega for their living. So that's also going to be a challenge because a lot of migrant workers have shifted from urban areas to rural areas. So that's why it is creating a burden on rural economy as well. So the author has in the at the end both the authors have talked about have criticized the current government, the way they are functioning, and even the way the recent reports what has been seen. Then the first opinion, limits of power. Supreme Court serves a reminder that the House should work within constitutional parameters. So this was about the recent Supreme Court judgment with respect to suspension of 12 MLAs in the Maharashtra Legislative Assembly. So it has been seen that the Maharashtrian in the Maharashtrian Legislative Assembly, the leader of the opposition parties, especially Bharatiya Janata Party, 12 leaders or 12 MLAs has been suspended for their misconduct in the House. So that's why they have got suspended for a year. So this case has been going on the High Court as well. Then Supreme Court has also intervened, and recently Supreme Court has made this statement that this is not right on the part of a house, that the opposition voices is getting broken down, and the 12 member of legislative assembly are getting suspended for a year's time. Rather, if there is misconduct which has been done by them, then the suspension has to be for that particular session itself. It should not be for a year. Rather, it would eventually help to dilute the constitutional arrangement in the country, and rather it will lead to a situation wherein that particular constituency from wherein the MLA has got elected will get unrepresented. So that's why this is a bold statement which limits the powers of a house, and creates a check, or helps to cater to a check which has been put in by the recent judgment which has been made by the Supreme Court. Then risky bets, Russia should do more to reduce tensions along its border with Ukraine. So this is about the recent conflict which has been going on between Russia and Ukraine. So recently steps are already being taken, and talks are already been going on in Paris in France between Russia, Ukraine, NATO nations, France, even the France counterpart, Prime Minister had a telephonic conversation with Russian President as well, and even on a continuous basis they are holding talks. But Russia is making its points clear, and they are also on an aggressive side in the current situation. So, more and more talks, if they are going to held, then that will eventually paves the way in order to solve the ongoing dispute, and uh, that will eventually helps to put in a situation wherein the situation of war should not happen. So that has been talked by the author in this particular opinion. Then probe sought into Pegasus case. So, Pegasus case again got into controversy, wherein recently New York Times report had said that the 2017 Prime Minister's meet in Israel has paved a way for the purchase of this NSO spyware. So recently, a Supreme Court advocate by the name Manohar Lal Sharma has sent a plea, an online copy in the Supreme Court with respect to filing a fresh case with respect to Pegasus. Then Gehri Dosti says Israel PM about ties with India. So as India and Israel have completed 30 years of their diplomatic ties, so the Prime Minister of Israel, Shri Naftali Bennett, has made this statement about the great friendship between both the nations, and both these nations have held each other in different ways. And recently, our Foreign Affairs Minister had also visited with respect to free trade agreement to Israel as well, nearly 3 to 4 months back, and even in terms of defense equipment or import of defense equipment, we are also dependent a bit upon Israel as well. Then another BrahMos deal in the pipeline. So recently, we had seen that India had signed a deal of nearly 375 million dollars with the Philippines Navy, and so that has deal got finalized. And another deal with the same government, that is Philippines, but this is not with Philippines Navy, but this is with Philippines Army, which will be signed in the upcoming time. And BrahMos, this is joint venture between India and Russia, which is indigenously been made in India, wherein the technology has been used by Russia as well. So this eventually will helps in our way, wherein the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister with respect to working towards Atmanirbhar Bharat, or the vision under Atmanirbhar Bharat. Then strong winds disrupt Netaji hologram. So this is about the recent inauguration of hologram-based statue of Netaji Sri Subhash Chandra Bose ji. Though our honorable Prime Minister had already cited that a proper granite-based statue will be unveiled, but for the time being, a hologram-based statue has already been unveiled, and that has been inaugurated by our honorable Prime Minister itself. And because of the strong winds, it has been seen that it has quite a bit disrupted the Netaji's hologram. This was political. Then India records a spike with 404 COVID-19 deaths. The cases are on a decreasing side, but still we are seeing deaths, especially the states like Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu. All these states are seeing casualties with respect to this new variant or COVID-19 situation. Then firm seeks booster not for Sputnik Light. So Dr. Reddy's laboratories, which has got the license to manufacture Sputnik Light vaccine in the current situation. So for the past 2 years, or ever since for the past 1 year, vaccination process has started in India. We have seen the majority of the vaccine doses has been inoculated of Covishield and Covaxin only. So the proportion of Sputnik Light is very less. So that's why now Light has approached the DCGI, that is Drugs Controller General of India, regarding approval of COVID-19, regarding approval of Sputnik Light, which can be used as a precautionary or as a booster dose in the country. Then on the world section, Britain to widen sanctions on Russia to deter Ukraine invasion. So recently, more and more sanctions are getting imposed on Russia by Europe and USA as well. So now the Britain has made this statement. They are going to increase the sanctions which are already been there on, or they have already been put it on Russia. Then North Korea test fires most powerful missile since 2017. So this news we are discussing on a continuous basis, that North Korea is testing more and more missiles. So recently also they have test fired their most powerful missile, which earlier they have deployed, they have test fired in the year 2017. So this poses a challenge on its neighboring state, neighboring nation, that is South Korea, and even it creates a tension for USA as well, that how they are going to tackle this particular situation of rising military power of North Korea. So here we ends the discussion of both the newspapers. That's all from my side. Thanks for watching.